Continuing coverage now of breaking news, the attempted coup in Turkey, a key U.S. ally. Joining us now, Jonathan Schanzer, former terrorism analyst at the Treasury Department. Jonathan, great to have you with us. I'm just wondering what you make of this whole argument that says, you know, Turkey, a stable Turkey, really, because it's the gateway, it's the bridgeway, if you will, for the United States to the Arab world. A stable Turkey is very important when it comes to the fight against ISIS. Do you buy that argument?
I do buy that argument, and for many years, Turkey did serve as a buffer between a volatile Middle East and the West. The problem is that over the last several years, under the leadership of President Erdogan, we have seen a deterioration of that buffer zone. Specifically, what we've seen is that that border between Turkey and Syria, Turkey's eastern border, has been left open. It's been exploited by groups like the Nusra Front and ISIS and other jihadi groups. And Erdogan has actually done this on purpose as a means to try to bring down the Assad regime. And so Turkey has not fulfilled its promise as a NATO ally. Yeah,
we saw some reports tonight, Jonathan, that said, you know, in Damascus, there were people clapping. When this coup first happened, there were people in Damascus clapping. So really nothing that Syria would love better than to see the Erdogan regime fail.
Well, that's right. I mean, he's been working with a range of jihadist actors as a means to try to bring down the Assad regime. He's been doing this really since the uprising began. He's done it with the Qataris and other countries as well, where they've been financing the jihadis, providing them with arms, providing them with assistance. And so there's no love lost between these two leaders. This is not to say that this coup was sponsored by Damascus in any way, but certainly they're cheering from the sidelines.
Yeah, but from the United States perspective on this, I mean, let's face it, that President Erdogan and the United States haven't exactly been best buddies the past 2 or 3 years. I mean, this has been, in some cases, kind of a roadblock for the fight against ISIS, has it not?
It has, and we've seen one administration official after another head over to Turkey, have tough conversations with the Erdogan government, whether it's been Vice President Biden, whether it's been Secretary of Defense Ash Carter, Treasury Department officials, State Department officials. They've all gone over there imploring Erdogan to do a better job in this fight against ISIS, and he hasn't. So I do think that, you know, when you think about what folks at the White House or at Foggy Bottom are thinking about right now, they're probably saying, look, we probably are happy that this coup has failed, but that still doesn't solve the problem that we have with this Turkish leadership.
Yeah, and I'm sure the people at Foggy Bottom are probably watching the screen with us, Jonathan, here, because this is the smoke coming from the city of Istanbul. We don't know exactly what this is from. We have heard there have been, this is Ankara. We do not know exactly what this is from, but there have been reports of bombs. Remember, President Erdogan said that as he spoke, there were aircraft that were going after the rogue aircraft that were responsible for this attempted coup. So we're unclear exactly what that is. But for those who are just joining us, we are being told, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, that 42 people have been killed in the coup attempt, including 17 police officers. And Jonathan, back to you now. As you watch these pictures and you watch this unfold, what do you believe this means for the fight against ISIS going forward?
Well, look, I think that right now we've lost a lot of leverage with Erdogan, not because the United States had any role in this coup whatsoever, but because when this guy regains power and he regains stability in Turkey, he is going to be a strong man. He is going to do whatever he wants to do, whether that means cracking down on the military, purging what he calls mutineers within the army, whether it means going after the Gulen sect, which he believes is an enemy of the state. He will be purging, and he also is not likely to be listening to his allies, especially the allies where he's had differences of opinion with over the last several years, like the United States.
So it's a dangerous situation, because now you're saying that President Erdogan is now getting much more powerful because he can do this, because he will, as he said, punish his enemies. He will make those who are responsible for this attempted coup pay a very heavy price. So now he becomes even more powerful, and woe to those who try this again. Jonathan.
That's right. I mean, look, this is a guy who has been amassing power over the last several years. He's been destroying the judiciary. He's been taking over newspaper outlets. He's been cracking down on human rights, not allowing for protesters to protest freely inside the country, and again, supporting a range of Islamist groups. This is not a liberal guy, and so now what you have is an attempt to overthrow him. He's angry. I am fearful for what happens to Turkey now. If you thought that it was dangerous that a coup might have toppled this democracy, think about what this very autocratic man might do to that democracy
And
as well.
15 seconds left, Jonathan. What does the United States do with an angry autocrat?
We're going to have to try to rein him in. How we do that is unclear. I think a lot of it is going to have to do with how this coup looks a day or two after.
Yeah, a day or two after. Right now, it's still in the middle of it. Jonathan Schanzer, thank you, sir. Good of you.